Here's something that I want to share with people to clarify some more. Now, I know it might not address the questions you may have, but to clarify the theory a little bit more, I thought it might have been a little important. The sun has a high luminosity and high entropy. This means heat. And most of the heat is external. It shines, okay? As it cools, it becomes an orange dwarf. Its luminosity decreases, and its heat decreases. And its heat is still mostly external. The red dwarf stage, the luminosity is still lowered and lowered at the peak, but what happens is the heat is external and starts to become internal. These are flare stars. They might have something to do with why they flare. The heat moves inwards and it starts forming their little center called a planet in the center. But more on that. Brown dwarf, the luminosity is in the infrared, meaning does not shine in visible spectrum. Now, a lot of scientists, they somehow form a wall right here too. They're like, well, these shine and these don't. So these must be planets and these are stars. Negative. These are stars, these are stars. This is not a failed star. It is old star. Old star. See? Easy. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s here. And the heat in a brown dwarf starts to become internalized, meaning the heat moves inwards. Just continue the cooling process, of course. And as that brown dwarf continues cooling, most of the heat will become internalized, forming what scientists call a planet. And as we all know, with stellar metamorphosis, these are old stars. Now, this is a basic concept I want people to learn, so I'm not going to have the math involved, but this simple concept of the heat being external and then eventually internalizing as it cools is very, 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 very important, because it means it's different from establishment. They think the young stars have cores. They don't. Let's just forget that even exists. That was invented during the nuclear age, when they were obsessing with nuclear powered things. They're like, everything's nuclear. We can solve the world's problems with nuclear energy. Look how that's turning out at Fukushima. Anyways, there's no core, okay? It's just a thin shell, and the shell gravitationally collapses on itself. As it gravitationally collapses, the heat in the hot material moves inwards, and it cools and dies. I will go over in another video what happens as the material forms mostly in its gaseous state, and it's still really, really hot. And being it's not going to be a plasma, it's going to be a really hot gas, and that's going to be a lot more effort on my part to explain that. So it's probably going to take me maybe about 3 years to fully explain how that works, but I got time. Alright, hopefully that clarifies things a little bit.